Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me once again. So, German-born transgender Kim Petra, I believe the name of this particular individual is, who a transgender male, is going to be posing on the cover of the next Sports Illustrated, which should be coming out May the 18th of this month. Now, after I read this article and I saw the pictures of this individual in the article, and there has quite a few pictures of this person, it's clear that the person really looks like a female. Okay, it's clear. I mean, I have seen transgenders and people on my job that were transgenders that they're changing over to a female, to look like a female, is they have a long way to go. Okay, but certain females like this individual, or males rather like this individual, really looks like they could pass as a female. But that's not even the issue. That's not even the issue. The issue isn't whether or not this person can pass as a female or what. What the issue is, why are they pushing and promoting transgenderism, and why are they pushing and promoting LGBTQ plus worldviews and so forth? Why is this being pushed so pervasively in our society? So I'm going to get into this article and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to give you my reasons behind this, because this is a lot of this stuff is being pushed in places that it shouldn't be pushed, even in places like Japan. But I might talk about that when I give my commentary. But yeah, this is becoming very, very, very common. And it says trans pop star Kim Petras is on the cover and main focal point of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue destined for sale later this week. Sports Illustrated is releasing a series of swimsuits issues this week with 4 different cover models: Megan Fox, Kim Petras, Martha Stewart, and Brooks Nader. According to the magazine, the German-born singer is being applauded, quote, as the first transgender woman in history to win a Grammy Award for Best Pop Duo/Group Performance for a collaboration, quote, Unholy with Sam Smith. yeah, Unholy. Isn't that interesting? The moment came just 6 years after Petra released, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I really hope I am. If not, then forgive me for that. The moment came just 6 years after Petra released her first single. The Coconuts singer is a true change maker who uses her platform to uplift and inspire the LGBTQ plus community, according to the publication. And then there are some photos of her posing in certain positions and so forth. You can see this on the article that I'm going to leave in the description box below, and you guys can see that for yourself. The article doesn't go into much detail about any controversy about this individual posing on the cover of Sports Illustrated. There is no, and I guess because it's still kind of early, right? But it does talk about how that there was another transgender male that posed on the cover back in 2018. And no, correct. Now I got to correct. I think 2021 or 20. It was sometime in it. But you read the article on your own. You can find that out for yourself. But my question is this: why is there such a push about this? Why is there so much emphasis being placed on pushing these sexually provocative, unnatural worldviews in our society? Because being transgender, being gay, look, I respect those people. I respect your decision, your choice. Let me put this disclaimer out here. This is not an attack against people in the LGBT community. I'm going to put that out there. You guys know me by now. I'm not attacking anyone. I like to get at the root of why things are happening the way they are. That's what I like. I like to get at the root. I like to get at the cause or the reason for it. Why is this being pushed so? Okay. So this is not an attack against anyone who's maybe choose their lifestyle. Okay, I don't practice it, and I have my own basic beliefs about that. But it is not an attack against you. However, the question stands to reason: why is there such a push for corporations, businesses, the educational system, commercials, even religions? Why is there such a push for this kind of lifestyle? This would include transgenderism, homosexuality, lesbianism, and all other forms of sexual preferences that are not really a natural course of the way people go. Why is there such a push in this area? Okay, we could argue, well, it's for money, and I've heard that actually said by one particular YouTuber. He made a point that I was not familiar with, and that he made the point about that. One of the reasons why a lot of these corporations and businesses promote these LGBTQ community worldviews is because they get a lot of ad revenue from them, or certain advertisers want to advertise and different things of that nature. And that made sense to me. That kind of made some sense. I thought about that. I said, okay, that kind of makes some sense of why they're doing it. But I want to add something else to that too. I think another reason why, there's several reasons, but one of the reasons why there's such a push for LGBTQ community, I keep saying community, but LGBTQ worldviews, I think one of the reasons why there's such an intensive push towards these kind of worldviews is because you have lobbying groups like GLAAD, GLAAD. I can't remember the acronym that it stands for. It's just an acronym, but I can't remember what it stands for. But it is basically a highly financed lobbying group or activist group that basically lobbies Congress I'm sorry, not Congress, but lobbies Hollywood producers and movie film studios to promote more LGBT community plots and so forth, and they want them to promote it more. And they want more gay characters in the movies, and they want more. And what I mean by more gay characters, I don't mean like gay characters in the background, but gay characters like as the forefront of the movies. They want them to be the main characters in the movies. Okay, the plot itself may not necessarily be about that, but they want the characters to be gay, and they want them to be known that they're gay. Not like gay and you don't talk about it, but gay and known in the movie. Okay, so that's one of the other reasons they've been lobbying Hollywood producers and Hollywood studios for quite some time to push these viewpoints. Okay, but I've talked about this in several different videos about a year or so ago, and one of the things that I believe that is going on with this intensive push for this kind of worldview, transgenderism, with this guy, with this Kim person, going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated May 18th, and you think, okay, well, wouldn't that hurt the finances and so forth? I mean, maybe it would. Maybe it would. That's what's going on with the beer situation. What's the name of that beer? Y'all know. I didn't go into detail. I didn't even do a video on that, but it's affecting them financially. And what I'm hearing right now is that they're trying to basically in so many ways apologize for that. But it's like, okay, it might affect the finances, but even at that, why are they still pushing it? You would think that, okay, don't push this, don't keep pushing this. It's affecting our bottom line. It's hurting us. Okay, it's really hurting us. But they keep pushing it anyway. I think, number one, it's spiritual. I'm going to put that out there. I think that it's spiritual. I think that it has a lot to do with, and this is what I've been reading up and studying up on, and I'm not going to be too biblical in this video because that's not the main thrust of this video, but I believe it has a lot to do with the ancient goddess. What is the name of the ancient goddess? The ancient goddess's name is Anani. And I found this out from studying the research, reading about from the research of Derek Gilbert. And I just won't get into detail of that, but he goes into depth with that type of information. And this ancient goddess was a ancient goddess of, I believe, war, love and war. But he also stated that she also could basically transform it at any moment. She could transform from a female to a male at any moment, or she could be both at the same time. Now, if those of you that believe in the spiritual realm like I do, then you know that that spirit is being pushed. Now, the other reason that I believe this is being pushed is for population control. The elites want to keep the numbers of people at a certain level. That's part of what abortion is. That's really what abortion is all about. The way I see it, based on what I've been studying, that's really what abortion is all about. It's not about equal rights for women and health care. That's not what it's about. It's about population control. The elites want to keep the population at a certain level. Abortion is one way, but the other way is getting everyone confused about their sexuality. Because if men think that they're women and women think that they're men, then clearly they're not going to want to have sex with the other person. A man is not going to engage in sex with a female, and a female is not going to want to engage in sex with a male. Because the man is going to think he's a woman. He's going to be, which is he's going to think he's a woman. The woman's going to think she's a man. They're not going to want to be with the opposite sex, thus preventing any procreation. Okay, so I think that it has a lot to do with it's spiritual, and it has a lot to do with population control. The other reason why I think that they're pushing this is to confuse everyone. One of the goals of, well, not confuse. Let me take that back. That's the other reason, it's confusion. But the other goal, the other reason for this, rather, behind this push, this massive push for this kind of lifestyle, is for control of people's minds. Now, you may say, well, what does this have to do with controlling people's minds? Because from what I found out in my research is that one of the best ways that a communist, when they infiltrate a country, one of the best ways that they gain control of people's minds and the way they think so that it's easier to brainwash them is to break them down centrally. Okay. If you constantly pushing sensual information towards them in movies, in the school systems, in cartoons, in ad commercials, subliminal messages in the commercials, in the music, you constantly are surrounded by sexual images. You can't even go to church and look at a praise dance and the young girls, scantily, half dressed. It's pervasive. It's everywhere. I believe that's all by design, by the communists and Marxist insurgents that have basically infiltrated our institutions. And one of the 45 communist goals written in the book, The Naked Communist, one of those 45 communist goals was, I think it's goal number 24, states, is that of promoting homosexuality and sexual promiscuity, sexual immorality, and all forms of deviant sexuality, pushing it and promoting it. So I'm seeing here as well a intensive communist attack to basically break down the psychological mentality of the public so that it's easier to brainwash them. Because if a person is if you just consumed with sensuality and you just want it, you're not going to be thinking, you're just going to be feeling. Just give me my feel good. That's all I want. Give me my liquor. Give me my let me have my sex. Let me have my drugs. You're consumed with sensuality and carnality, and your mind is gone. So it's easier for the communist insurgents to brainwash you with communist thoughts to get you to accept communism, break you down psychologically, break you down sexually. That's one of the other reasons why I believe there's such a push for this kind of worldview. Because this is just madness. I'm going to start wrapping this video up with this. I was just reading how that in Japan, there's an ambassador from America, from the Biden administration, that's sent to Japan. And this ambassador is trying to push or encourage the Japanese lawmakers to create laws that would get rid of discrimination against gays and homosexuals. Okay, Now, why would you be going in that? And people are, and there are the law. Some of the lawmakers are against it. They're trying to push against that. Now, why would you be going in another country to push that worldview? Why are you going in other countries to push that? Why is this such a big major issue? Really? Is it really? I mean, everybody in other countries need to really understand this too. Is that really what this is all about? No, 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 no. That's not what it is. Why in other countries? Why go in other countries and push that? Because there's a bigger agenda. And that bigger agenda is the reasons that in my opinion, the reasons that I just gave you. Okay, that's what I believe the issue is. It's spiritual. It has a lot to do with spirituality. It has a lot to do with the GLAAD activist group, and it has a lot to do with communist insurgents trying to break down the minds of the individuals, get them into a sensual mind state, so that it's easier to manipulate them psychologically. Those are all the reasons that I personally believe that this is being pushed, and not only in America, but in other countries. And let me say this in the closing of this video. The transgender, this person that was going to be posing on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I'm paraphrasing her saying her words, says that it's really hard to be a transgender in America. That's a bunch of bull crap. It is not hard to be a transgender in America. It's hard to be a conservative in America. It's hard to be a sensible person in America. It's hard to be a Christian, or getting harder to be a Christian in America. It's harder to hold on to what you believe in your own mind. You know, it's hard for you to hold on to morality. It is not hard for transgenders. They are the privileged. How many transgenders? That's a foolish statement. How many transgenders are being persecuted for being transgender? Compare that amount of people to people that are being persecuted and put in jail, and their voices being censored to transgenders. Come on now. When that situation happened where all those people got shot in their school, in their Christian school, by that transgender, the mainstream stinky media turned it around and made it look like it was all about transgenders being victimized. That's BS. So that statement is a foolish statement from this person. Okay, that is not true. That is not lining up with the facts. Okay, it is not a fearful thing for transgenders in America. Because let me say this: if you go over to one of these other countries, like some of these African countries or some of these other countries that are highly religious, like some of these Muslim countries and so forth, where they don't play that, you go over there trying to act like that over there. And then if you do, you're going to come run. If you make it, you're going to run back to America. See, this is what bothers me about a lot of people on the left. They're ignorant of history. They think they know, but they don't know. They're ignorant of the other side of history. They've been brainwashed. There you go with the brainwashing again. They've been brainwashed with just the one side. And they think that that's all there is. And then they get proud and lifted up and arrogant about it, and then get mad at conservatives because the conservatives giving them another viewpoint. No, you just under mind control, and your mind is going into cognitive dissonance, and it can't take factual data that will challenge what you've been brainwashed with. That's what the problem is. But you be okay. Deprogramming is coming in a minute. Deprogramming is coming in a minute. If you allow yourself to be deprogrammed, it can happen. With God, all things are possible, okay? But that's my spin on that. That's my opinion on it. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.